Welcome to this week's episode of Commerce Central. Today, Keely and I are going to be talking with Ben and Josh about their experience with Leadership Lawrence, and just to have a conversation. Full disclosure, we have no agenda for the conversation, and as good leaders, we're just going to wing it.
Free flow.
There we go.
Free flow. I like it.
Free flow.
So first things first, Keely, tell us about Leadership Lawrence, what it is, and just how the year went from your perspective.
Okay, yeah. So Leadership Lawrence, we had 23 adult participants this year. We're separated from youth leadership, which in the past has been combined a few years. We really enjoyed that because the conversations could be on a little different level. We did have a few classes with the youth, and they enjoyed that. But what leadership is it's an experience to get to learn more about our community and to meet people in a cohort-style class, 9 months. So we discuss topics and go to places that center around local government, economic development, health and social services, tourism, agriculture, everything in Lawrence County, we touch it in some aspect.
Yeah, and so we've been doing the program as a chamber for 30 years now.
That's a good question. I should know that, but I cannot remember.
Again, so
somewhere close to 30.
Yes, 30 years, because I remember it was a big deal.
Yeah.
It is a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, so and it's a great program. Again, many business leaders have gone through it. Some local elected officials even have gone through it. But now all of us have gone through it. Now, Keely, you went through the youth version, I guess, when you were in high school.
Yeah, maybe 2009 to 2010.
I went through, I guess, adult leadership in 2016, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one thing, you think being from here,
Yeah.
you know everything, you know everybody. Right.
But you don't.
You just don't. And so, guys, tell us about your experience this year.
I mean, definitely what you just said or mentioned. Living in Lawrenceburg my whole life, I thought I knew
The
ins and outs, every business, what everybody did here, why everybody did this. But once I started learning more and more about leadership and meeting other people, I realized that I didn't know anything.
Yeah,
I learned
the
a
same
whole
exact way.
lot.
What was the one thing that we did that was like, I feel like I should have known that, but I totally did not know that. Mine was the old jail. The beginning was the old jail.
Yeah.
I had no idea about the history, the Murray strike.
Right.
I had no idea about any of that stuff.
That fascinated me a whole lot, and I mean even just the little things. Well, I say little. I mean like the water plant.
Yeah.
I thought I knew how it worked.
Those bugs are pretty cool.
But the process, the treatment, the things that go through, the hours they work, it's crazy. So 3-4 guys that work there.
Yeah.
And that's
year round.
their job. Year round.
Yeah, around the clock.
There's
There's
always
security
that-
issues.
that takes heart. That takes dedication.
Yep.
Time
work
away from
ethic.
your family. That'd be
Definitely.
tough. But no, it was really fun though.
It was.
I really enjoyed this
Great
year.
experience.
Yeah, so I mean, I think my favorite part for this year's class was the day we were all at Keystone and we all had pasta for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
But then we had to talk economic development. I think everyone was asleep while me and Vic and Jason spoke.
No, I think I dozed off a couple times. 3 rows that I had with the pasta.
That might have happened, pasta or not. I don't know. I don't know.
I enjoyed it.
Trying to make myself feel good. Yeah. But no. So it was a good year. Of course, the capstone experience, of course, is going to the state capitol.
Right.
And so talk to us about that. Like, what was your experience for traveling up there and the experience of watching the legislators do their thing?
Not what I thought would happen there. I mean, I thought everybody would be sitting down, with a notebook in front of them, taking notes.
Everyone would be quiet.
Everyone would be
was
quiet. But
nah.
it sounded like, I don't know.
There was a circus going on down there.
Yeah, a whole circus.
It's like the stock market. It's like the New York Stock Exchange. Just people running around everywhere. No one's paying attention to anybody.
I was
they
just
all
ready
have
to
their own.
hear cars beeping, trying to cross the road. But man, that was all that was left to hear. But it was a good experience. I learned a lot as far as how they go through the process. Vetoes and then no nays. I guess you would say. It was good. It was a good day.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I mean, I think we already did a podcast episode about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, it's funny to see the difference between the House floor and the Senate floor.
Yeah.
Just how calm everyone in the Senate floor is,
Yeah.
and how hectic it is at the House floor.
Yeah.
Yes.
That I couldn't imagine. like I said, poor Beth. She was trying to give her piece, and they would not be quiet for her. And there's probably about 6 people that were actually listening to her, and I was like, oh, poor thing. But then I realized this is like an everyday
This
deal.
is normal, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess they've gone through the same hearings over and over and over again. So it's
just another day in the office.
Just another day in the office, so they're just like whatever.
That's right. So it's interesting to think about, I guess, from my perspective, the takeaways from those things. And I think you probably learned throughout the entire process about relationships being the key and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, all the lights just came on and the TV came on
The
too.
TV came on.
So.
I think my favorite part of that day is that our representatives take time out to come speak to
Right.
us
Yeah.
Mhm.
in a very small, intimate setting,
Yeah.
where our participants were able to ask questions, which I did remind them to
Mhm.
come up with something. But I think a few of the participants would have had questions anyways about active bills that were
Right.
going on and about things that matter in our community. I think that's really cool.
I believe one of the cohort asked the gentleman with the THP about crotch rockets. And,
Yeah, cross rockets.
and
Mhm.
speed limits. I mean, so again, just curiosities about government,
Yep.
and so it's a lot of fun. But let's talk about, how do y'all feel after the program? Like, do you feel like you personally have grown as a leader? Do you think you've expanded your network for the better?
Yeah, I feel like I'm, with being a leader, I feel like it's just being generally knowledgeable of your community, one. And I feel like after this program, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I did not know, tons of stuff I did not know. So it's kind of like gave me a little bit of insight on history of Lawrenceburg,
Yeah.
and so it's been really nice.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I've always, in my life, I've always thought about, always talk to people, meet new people, and even if you don't become friends, you at least have made that experience as far as meeting somebody else. Make connections, if you need help, hey, let me call Joe Smith. Yeah, man, I'll help you out. Or let me call Paula, whatever her name is. Yeah, I'll help you out too. Whatever the cause, whatever the need, you have somebody in your pocket to reach. So that's always helpful to do.
Yeah, that was my experience. It was basically like, again, like Ben, you just mentioned, gaining a general understanding of all the working pieces, but also understanding that as a leader, you're not going to be the expert in every one of those pieces, but you might meet someone who is.
Exactly.
And knowing that person, Josh, is as important, or if not more
Right.
important, than you specializing or becoming an expert in it yourself.
And we had a really diverse group that was I really enjoyed our group.
Oh, yeah.
I liked our class a lot. And it was a lot of people that that if you need something, you call them.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was really
we
nice.
had a lot from social workers to contractors to I feel just from every
People with the
branch.
hospital,
Plant
Yeah.
managers,
manufacturing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nonprofits. I mean, it was a very diverse, like, cross sector of industries in Lawrence County represented in this year's class. But I believe today applications go out.
Yes.
And so,
Applications go out.
Keely, tell us how to apply and what this next year looks like.
So next year will be very similar to this year in the schedule. But you can apply by clicking the link in the email, or I'm sure it will be posted on social media around the same time. It's a easy fill out online, save it to your computer, email it
Right.
back to me. It's simple. There are a couple questions about what you think the main issues in Lawrence County are, and we didn't make it back to that in our class, but it was fun to see that some of our participants this year had put, like, I think XYZ is the biggest issue in our community, and literally first day found out that it's being taken care of. Like, other people saw the issue as well, and it's being taken care of. Now, it might be a process that takes a couple years or even 10 plus years, or it might be on hold because it's millions of dollars.
Right.
But it's happening, it's in the work, and there are other people who are just as passionate. And I've seen some of those participants get to lend a hand
Yeah.
for those causes that they thought were the root or
That's
were the
cool,
main
right.
issues. So
That's cool. I love that that's part of the application. It does give us some insight when
does.
we're reading them. I think one of the issues that always comes up is, we need more jobs. And then, of course, you have Economic Development Day. And when we talk about workforce,
Right.
shortages and
Yep.
job opportunities being very abundant. So I really enjoy that part. But there is a tuition associated with participating in leadership, and then also there's just a time commitment. We need you to be at every single session, especially the opening session and the state capitol sessions.
And SimSoc.
And
And
SimSoc.
SimSoc.
And that's
We
a lot of
didn't even
fun.
cover that.
Sims-
Let's not talk too much about that
We can't.
because
I want to talk about
you're
the,
sworn to secrecy that day.
I want to
Yeah.
I want to talk about the Amish trip.
Okay.
I want to talk about that.
The
Also,
Amish
I
trip.
also want to like talk about our project too.
Okay.
And I'm going to put in some like pictures at
Yeah.
the end of this of
Okay.
like our progress. And
So
stuff.
what about the Amish trip?
No, my favorite memory of the Amish trip is Beth sitting right behind the horse, and the horse just like
Let one rip.
let one rip and let it go,
Oh, man.
and kept on going.
Have you
Wow.
guys ever gone on
No,
an Amish tour?
I have not.
That was the first time.
I mean, I've been on my personal Amish tours, but not with
Right.
on a whole wagon and going
Yeah.
through.
No, that was the first
So
time.
it's weird to be a tourist in your own community, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
It's like
But it's awesome.
I
It
drive
was pretty
past it
cool.
all the time, and I
Hey, and
don't-
that guy that was
the
conducting
tour
the
tour guide.
trailer, the tour guide, he was
He was
a character.
He was fun.
a character.
He was a good one. Yeah, he was a good one.
I hate that it rained on us, so we didn't go all the way in. But
Yeah.
regardless, it was a great experience.
Yeah,
I loved
it was a fun experience. And then I guess talk about our project.
So yeah,
Um,
the project every year, the classes, they know that it's a part of the commitment is to complete a class project. And so we try to start talking about that the first day and then ask them to have suggestions by the second or third class in September or October.
Right.
And then they should get to work on it right away.
Yeah.
But
That doesn't, it's not just this class. A lot of times, like, the classes just don't understand the commitment that a
Right.
class project
Right.
takes.
Yeah.
But this class really stepped out of the box and did a huge project. So I'll let y'all tell us about it.
So Marie came up with the idea. What are you laughing at? What are you smiling at, huh?
I just got some good news in a text message, and I can't share it on the video. Sorry. You're gonna
Okay,
have to redo.
cool. No, that's fine. Okay. Marie came up with the idea that we should, I guess, revitalize this little lot behind the library to make it more of like an outdoor learning center. Like just a little brief overview. There's been a lot of people who have been connected to this whole entire project, and we appreciate all of them, all the donators, everyone who's helped work on it. I guess you could talk about the picnic tables.
Yeah, so of course, like he mentioned, it's a little lot behind the library. We're gonna restore it, make it not a playground per se, but more of a park. To kind of get there, have a picnic, hang out. Play hopscotch. We poured slabs, concrete slabs. We leveling out the land back there, and so what I did with actually some of the Boy Scouts, we framed up some picnic tables. We met one Saturday morning, and I on Parks Lumber, POC. We donated the lumber for the picnic tables, but I was really doing it by ear. So I just cut the lumber and I let them, I showed them where to put the screws, and they did that. Everything was, it went well. It was an experience. It was a good experience for the little boys. I'm glad they had fun.
So I have to ask, do you hopscotch often?
Okay, so hopscotch actually, no, I do not. I do not.
I'm
Since we're on the
actually a
topic.
pro hopscotcher.
Are you?
Yes.
Way back in the day, were you a big deal?
Actually, currently.
Oh,
really?
Way
Who
better
knew?
than my children.
Wait,
Next thing you know, we're gonna see Keely on ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Hopscotch World Championship.
Yeah, House of Highlights for hopscotch.
That's fantastic. No, it really is a great project. But Josh, I've got to tell you, your leadership on that to get other groups involved. Again, just knowing how to engage other people, get them involved, and get them knowledgeable about what's going
Oh,
on.
it was. I mean, it was pretty much all of us. We had Dallas Brothers included.
The
Yes.
cities,
The city, Parks and
Um,
Recs. It was.
Summertown Metals, donating us some lumber.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think
DOS
doing a lot of
holding
dirt
it.
work.
Yeah. I mean,
Evers is involved. I mean, we started naming people. Walmart gave money.
Yeah.
We
LUS
stopped.
helped put up a light.
Farmers,
I mean,
first
I'm telling
volunteer.
you, there's
Yeah.
been so many people who have been tied to this project.
And that goes back. I'm sorry.
No.
That goes back to knowing people. I mean, everyone in this group, everyone had a piece.
Yes, it was so easy for us to get connected to all these different businesses because everyone had some type of connection. So that's another.
There's no I in team, baby.
Hey, you heard me.
So I won't lie. Ben was there. We had a lunch meeting where I said, okay, what are the plans? We're getting too close to the end. and I haven't seen anything, and I don't believe that this is going to happen. And
Yeah.
that was like on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And they met together on Friday and were like,
Hey, we're
doing
doing it.
this.
We're doing it.
Nice.
And so they emailed me Monday with this big long plan, and they got to work, and I was literally amazed at how much they could get done in a 4-day window. And after that, it was just off to the races.
Kristen
It
killed
looks
it.
beautiful.
She she's the one that initiated this whole entire deal with TR and the county. Like
Right.
it's-
This was publicly owned property already.
Right.
Right.
That was just not being used.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's going to be a wonderful, peaceful park
Oh yeah.
for people to enjoy.
What's
I'm
the
excited.
first book y'all gonna read back there?
What's the first book?
First book.
Yeah, y'all gonna go use it, right? Like just
Right.
lounge out in the library green.
Yeah.
and
So the
read-
first audio book I'm gonna listen to.
The first audio book I'm gonna listen to.
The
I'll
library
probably
does-
Magic Treehouse.
Magic
Oh,
House.
Magic
Magic
Treehouse.
It's a
Treehouse.
decent one.
I was more of the box cart,
Oh,
Okay.
Boxcar Kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Hank the Cowdog.
Hank the
Hate the
Cow
cow dog. You know, yeah. I can.
Yeah.
Throwing it back.
Captain
Big time.
Underpants.
Journey B. Jones.
Captain Underpants.
How about Journey B. Jones?
Captain
Hey.
Underpants.
Oh yeah.
Journey B. Jones.
Okay.
Those are the
Yeah.
books.
We went there.
But anyways, I'll put in some pictures to show y'all the updates from the project. I mean, it's turned out phenomenal. I mean, it really has, especially after the sidewalk and the slabs being paved. I mean, I'm telling you, it's
Yeah.
been crazy.
All right, so I have some rapid fire questions I want to ask.
Sure.
Okay.
We're gonna have class superlatives, and
rapid-fire
only you two are
answers.
voting on them.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. Who is most likely to run for president and win in your class?
For
I would
president.
vote
Okay, yeah, you vote.
Vote. Go for it.
Kristen Burdett. I'm telling you,
Kristen,
Kristen could win.
Greg Dickerson.
Greg.
Oh, Greg.
okay.
I hope they don't run at the same time because I wouldn't know who to vote
So,
for.
you know, win-win situation instead of a lose-lose like we normally do.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be perfectly
All
fine
right.
with me.
What about class comic? Who's class comic?
Josh.
Sitting right
like,
here.
like literally right here.
All right. What about worst driver?
Oh,
Oh,
this guy. No.
Whoa.
Ben. No, Ben.
Whoa, hold the phone.
Not hard.
Hold the phone. I want to. Did anyone have a dent in their car?
Kristen.
Kristen. Kristen. Yes.
But who
Kristen.
drives in the wrong way?
Yo, listen.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a fluke. All right.
All right. Best cook.
Hey, I watched from Gordon Ramsay.
Oh my god.
Hang on, hang
I
on.
knew.
No, the last at our graduation.
Oh,
Cat.
Cat can make some cheesecakes.
Cat can make some fire cheesecakes.
Yep. Yep.
Cat can make some cheesecakes, and she gave me a little cheesecake for my birthday, and it
Aw.
was the best.
Phenomenal?
Cheesecake. It was phenomenal.
What kind was it?
It was that turtle.
Oh yeah, the turtle pecan.
Yeah.
It was good.
amazing.
That's what I had
It
at
was
the-
amazing.
I would love to have
graduation.
like a cheesecake cook-off between Emma and Kat.
Oh man.
Facts. That'd be
Cool.
nice, and we would all be the judges.
Oh, 100%.
I would enjoy that.
I would too.
Personally.
I would probably gain
Do
some
I
weight.
need it? No.
No,
But I enjoy it. Yes.
Sure.